If you don't know a whole lot about video, one thing to keep in mind is the more light, the better, especially for interview shots. If you don't have any lights and you're just using ambient light or whatever's around, you don't have a lot of control over what your image looks like. If you have one light, that's better than none. If you have 3 lights, you can really experiment and get some cool stuff out of it. So to get started, 3-point lighting consists of 3 sources of light. The key light, which is your main light, and it's probably going to be the strongest. Your fill light, which is sort of a complement to that, and your backlight or your rim light, which helps separate the subject from the background. In terms of setting up these lights and where they go, the key light or the main light is going to be on the same side as the interviewer. So if the key light is set up on the same side as the interviewer, the fill light is going to be on the opposite side, and it's going to be filling in some of the shadows that are created by the key light. The rim light is kind of the trickiest light to set up because you have to set it up behind the subject, illuminating that subject from the rear and creating this cool halo effect that separates that subject from the background. So one final piece of advice for people who are just starting out in video, these rules are kind of meant to be bent and broken in certain situations. You really do have to experiment and see what looks best. These are just guidelines, they're not strict rules. So going along those lines, it's important to prepare for shoots like this as much as possible. If you can, get to a location ahead of time so you can sort of scout it out and see where the outlets are, where it makes sense to set up. If you can take advantage of any natural light that's going to be there and stay constant throughout your interview shot. The more prep you can do, the better. All right, well that just about does it for 3-point lighting setup. I know this is a pretty quick overview of the entire process, but hopefully it gives you guys a sense of some basic steps that you can take to increase your production quality in your next interview shot. Thanks for watching.